What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to go over how to identify chucks or chotch or whatever you want to call it. I've seen only a couple of videos about this online. There's a good few smart money traders these days. Only very few videos on it though. A lot of people actually don't know what chuck is. Very, very simple concept, but yet so powerful. So that is what we are going to go over. Now, before we get started, please drop a like on the video. Please subscribe. And as well as that, make sure to head down to the description down below and join our free Discord server. So let's get right into it. So, chuck. What is a chuck? A chuck is simply a change of character. Now, a chuck, as you're going to see right now, is going to be very, very similar to a breakage structure. The only difference is, and it's literally in the name, we notice a change of character in the market structure, and the market structure ends up going in the opposite direction. So, before I bring you guys to price action right here, I'm going to show you right here simply. So a chuck is simply, let's say we have a higher high being created. Okay, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then price comes down and it's about to form a higher high. Okay, like form a higher low to form another high, but instead it breaks to the downside. Okay, it breaks to the downside, breaks below this low. So you remember, guys, when we usually mark out our number one, our number two? Well, our number two is basically the chuck. Okay, so I always simplify it for people. Okay, I just marked it out as number one, number two. Well, number two is that chuck. So it's that breakage structure. And now what we wait for is the retracement back up to an institutional candle right here. And then we look for the sell-off. So that is simply the chuck. Now the difference between the chuck and a breakage structure is a breakage structure is this. This is a breakage structure. Okay, this is a breakage structure. This is also a breakage structure and a chuck. Okay, and then you have this one again. Well, this is just normal breakage structure. With the chuck, it's basically right at the reversal point. Okay, so it's right at the top of that range where we are switching. Okay, we are changing character from a bullish trend to a bearish trend. Okay, whereas a normal breakage structure, okay, normal breakage structure can occur right on this trend alone, or can occur by just simply breaking these lows. Well, the chuck is the first breakage structure that occurs when we are reversing from a bullish market, okay, to a bearish market, vice versa. So let's identify a really, really nice chuck trade that you could have potentially gone into today. There was a beautiful, beautiful trade. So obviously what we had here was a nice move down on GPSD. We had a breakage structure to the downside, as you can see right here. So this is just a normal BOS. We continued to the downside, and we obviously broke structure. We retraced back up. This retracement back up made a nice institutional candle for us. Now, in order for us to sell this, we need to see another breakage structure on this low, which we just did. So we made a breakage structure. We closed below this low, which is great. Now, what we look for is a retracement back up to this institutional candle right here. And this is where we look to sell from. Okay, this is where we look to sell from. Now, with the change of character, you can wait for a change of character on a higher time frame, or if you're trading on the lower time frame, okay, if you wanted to refine this for an even better risk to reward, well, what would you do? You'd hop down to the lower time frame, okay? So what I would do is I'd wait for my higher time frame point of interest to get triggered, which is this 1 hour. So this 1 hour got triggered, and we formed a structure to the downside. Well, where is our chuck? Our chuck is right here. So what do you see right here? We have this low, we have a new high created, we have another low, okay, and we have another high. Well, our chuck, okay, the change of character occurs right here. So this is our first breakage structure. This is where price changed from a bullish, okay, from bullish momentum to bearish momentum. We closed below here, so this identified as a break structure, as well as that is the chuck, okay, and now we made the move down. Now what we wait for is a simple pullback to the upside, and we look for an institutional candle to sell from. So where would our institutional candle be? Well, that would be the last up candle for the down move. Notice the beautiful, beautiful wick that we had right here, clearing these highs. So that's a liquidity purge, and this is the candle that we sell from. That was a sniper setup right there that you could have gone into. Well, where does my stop loss go? Stop loss above the close of the candle. Okay, so that was a nice 3 pip SL, and I would target this low here, okay, for a shorter term goal. And obviously we did, by the way, we did get into the signal on the app. So if you guys don't already know, we do send signals on the app and the Discord as well as that. In fact, let me show you guys really quickly. So we have this, so we did send the signal, as you can see it right here, but we took it from a higher time frame perspective. There was also a re-entry that I sent into the trader days for people to get in on the lower time frame entry as well. But this was the trade. This automatically got sent to the app as well. So if you guys are interested in getting killer signals like that, you already know what to do. So that was the trade right here. You got in right here. And our goal, and the same goal that we have on a signal, is we are aiming for 50% of this institutional candle on the weekly time frame right here. So this is my long-term take profit. Just like that. This is my take profit. If I jump back down to my lower time frame, this is my long-term goal. We should be seeing this soon enough. So that would give you a nice 23-to-1 trade. Already 50% reached of my take profits. So I already took out 25% partials, and I'm holding the rest eventually to the take profit. Okay. Obviously, I'm trading my stop, so my stop is currently above, I believe, right here, just up, because this high is a bit too high. So just around here, I believe, just above this high. So that's where my trading stop is. But we see what price does. Currently, it's just consolidating. Now, we identified a chuck from up to down. Okay, so from upside to downside. Well, to identify a chuck from downside to upside, very, very simple once again. So here would be my chuck. So I have my lower low, okay, and I would have my most recent high, and a break above this is my CHOCH. Okay, so this is my chuck. And then, as usual, you wait for a retrace after you get the break, after you get that change of character right here. You wait for a retracement back down to an institutional candle, and you have that right here. This is where you could have bought GBPUSD. So, see this institutional candle that we have on the 1 minute after we got that change of character right here. Okay, and you could have bought right there. And that was a beautiful, beautiful trade. Where would you buy to? Of course, you would buy to that institutional candle that we had on the 1 hour time frame. And once again, that was a really, really nice trade that you could have capitalized on. Took a stop loss, and the take profit would just be around here, I believe. So that was a really, really nice 16-to-1 risk to reward trade. So that is all when it comes to Chuck. Very, very simple concept. A lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people are asking me what Chuck is. So I thought I'd do a quick video on Chuck and just clear it up once and for all. So that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys gained value. Once again, please drop a like, subscribe, and head to our fuacademy.io website. Check out our premium packages if you are interested. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a great day.
And yes, that is the FU Academy. So did everybody understand the little chalk setup? Who did not understand the chalk setup? Bueller, anyone?
That's the first time I've heard of it, so I'll be watching it again. I'll just say
Who said it's the first time they heard of it?
I did.
Brah, you never heard me say chalk? Come on, yo. Yugi, yes, yo. So this video is recorded, which is awesome because if that is your first time hearing of it, like Kyra, that's your name, Kyra, right? I don't want to.
Yes.
Okay. At least you have the source in there. I mean, there are more than one video on chalk, so
yeah,
maybe,
I screenshot it.
Yeah. So maybe that guy doesn't explain it to your liking. Maybe you need to hear it from a different educator or what have you. But there are a number of videos on the subject. But I just wanted to watch the video. So when we look at this US 30 move, this is the high. This is the low. We traded through the low, then back through the high. The chalk move should bring us to the institutional candle, this level. There's an order block right here, so it all matches up. There's going to be an imbalance before the order block, which will probably meet the requirements of the chalk here. So it'll be right around this level, maybe even a little bit lower. And all we have to do is drop down to find. You see that there's an imbalance right here. I would kind of look for the market to come down to this area and I really start paying attention right through here for the reversal, right? And when you take this chalk, you'll be able to take it at least, to this high right here. So if you're a counting person, it'd be another 700, I don't know, 600 some pips down. And then maybe 2,000 or so pips total. 2,200, 2,300 pips total if you took it down and then back up. So the opportunities, once you start seeing chalk, and the opportunities are great. There are a great many.
I think it's just a terminology for me. I think I've been learning the same thing, just the terminology is different.
Yeah, change of character. I mean, yeah, there are a number of things that you can call this. Some people would just call this supply and demand. Price pushes up, it's going to come down to the zone. Maybe it'll come fill the imbalance of the expansion. I mean, this is actually an order block on a higher time frame. This down candle and then this up candle. So all we're going to do is come tap into this order block. Let me see if it's an order block on a daily. Yep, there's your daily order block. So all price needs to do is come down to this daily order block pretty much. Tap into this daily order block and go back up. So maybe it goes from this daily order block back up to this daily order block, which is, you would catch it on in other ways too. But if you notice this type of stuff is just, you can use it as confluence. And a lot of times you'll see the chart in terms of patterns before you'll actually recognize a move for what it is. So the more the more you can just add to your toolkit. Any questions on that chart? All righty.
I did have a quick question. How did you know it was going to reverse? You said it's going back up.
From that chalk video. I mean, did you watch the video, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so because price broke the low first, right?
Right.
It immediately came back and broke the high.
Right.
That's a break. This right here is a break of structure, right?
Right. Yes, I see that.
So if you have a break of structure, if you just think about the basic teachings of market structure, right? When
Right.
you have this break of structure, you want to see price pull back to the area that sponsored the break of structure. It pulled back past this order block, right?
Right.
So the next order block is this order block, but it might just be going back to fill an imbalance. If you think about the 4 cycles of a market, right? You have consolidation.
Right.
After consolidation, you have expansion.
Mm-hmm.
After expansion, you want to see a retracement to fill the imbalances, right?
Right.
And then after it fills the imbalances, you want the market to return to the expansion area. Right?
Right.
So you want to call this chalk, that's cool. Whatever you want to call it, that's cool. The market pulls back, it breaks this high. It expands to break this high.
Right.
The pullback here is to give it enough juice to break the high. So you have consolidation, expansion. This pullback should fill the imbalances. Then you want to see the market return to the expansion there.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, I mean, that's true in all in every situation. You know, you can look at any time frame and you're going to want to see the same thing: consolidation, expansion, come back and fill the imbalances, and either go back to the consolidation area or expand the opposite direction. It's a vicious cycle. And if you can recognize where you are in that cycle, then you should be able to trade it. You know, and that's kind of the beauty of trading these weekly order blocks, is because we know where we are in the cycle. Any order block, right? But a weekly order block is a pretty strong order block in most cases. So where are you in when you identify an order block? Does anybody know where we are in this cycle?
Retracement.
Hello?
That was Tosh.
Retracing to the field, to the
Yes,
imbalance.
exactly. Because you have the order block itself is breaking structure, which is the expansion.
Right.
Now what we want the market to do is retrace to fill the imbalance, you know, in that expansion, which generally causes it to tap into the actual order block. Then we want to take the price back the opposite direction, like in the direction of the order block, so it can return to the area that it expanded it from. So that's all we're doing as a trader. We're marking our place, and we're taking a trade from our place, you know, because we have the advantage. We know what phase the market is in. So now we can trade with the market instead of wondering and getting slaughtered as the market is pulling back or consolidating. Like, we just want to be able to see from the higher time frame perspective where we are in that market cycle.
Okay. Got it. Makes sense. Thank you.
Any questions on US 30? Okay, nasty Nas is the same thing, right? And you know, like I was explaining yesterday, I mean, you can say you got to swing low. You can say this. You can throw a fib from this swing low. I can put a fib on this move. To this high, and my pullback area is going to be 78.6, right? Y'all see that? Or we can just say chalk. These red lines are your chalk. I'm just moving the markers so they're more noticeable, right? Okay, so if you look at your chalk lines, the market broke structure to the bottom, same as US 30, broke structure to the top. Now it needs to pull back to probably this order block, right? And that order block just so happened to be most people's optimal trading entry. See that? Confluence right there, confluence. We could have did the same thing with the US 30. I just wanted to show you like multiple confluences that suggest that the market is going to go up. Any questions? Is that an easier way to view it? Nobody?
No, I
Yes,
see, I
I
see
like
it, yes.
Uh,
very easy. I was always intimidated by a higher time frame, but it's just the same.
yeah,
Yeah, I was too.
well,
It's just literally just the same. Somebody suggested track effects, and this is pretty much the same. I was just intimidated by the higher time frames because I'm
right.
not a swing trader, but I'm tuning in, and it's
Well, even if you're
exactly
not
the
a
same thing.
swing trader, if you already see the move,
Right,
coming, you can trade
right.
on the
I was
lower
just
side.
realizing like it's exactly the same.
Yeah,
We looking
yeah,
for the same thing.
yeah,
Okay, thank you. That was a great.
Hmm.
yeah. So you have all these levels of confluence, um, and you just drop down to whatever time frame you want to trade it on. You already understand the move. You can mark up on your chart where you have price going to. So, I mean, if you want to trade the 4 hour, 2 hour, 15-minute, whatever, it'll be a lot more zigzagging on those charts, but it's where it's pushing to. So, uh,
Hmm.
in my opinion, if you understand the higher time frame, you can make a killing on the lower time frame while it pushes to your area. So, if you're not at that level, then stay on the higher time frames. If you are on that level, look at the higher time frames, get your bias, then go down there and trade. You can probably be more aggressive, or it gives you more confidence, that the trade is going to go your direction. But if you just hang out on those lower time frames, you'll never have the big picture, And
Hmm.
this is exactly why I knew where this trade was turning. Because I saw the move on the higher time frame, and maybe saw the move before the people who trade the lower time frames would have saw the move. Indices. Like these chart, this was the move down. Like I knew it was going to hit this line, then I knew it was going to retrace. Right, the level that I had it retracing was right in here. There's an order block and an imbalance right here. So all you have to do is identify. You see how I don't know if we can really see. We can't really zoom into this chart, but all you do is go back. You backtrack once it gets to the level that you think it's going to go to. You backtrack and you mark up all your imbalances, right? And your order blocks. So you can throw the fib on the move and see where the retracement is possibly going, but you'll also have all the areas that need to be mitigated marked up already. So then you can make either an educated guess, or you can just have alerts set and trade it back up to those locations, and maybe have take profits, at those locations strategically. And then if it goes to the next level, you can buy it to the next level. There are 1,000 different ways to trade it, but if you never look higher, it's going to be hard for you to understand, either where the move is going or where the move is coming from. In my opinion, if you have all the information, it gives you a better advantage, over the market. Let's look at okay. This trade right here, AUD CAD. Oil is getting stronger. I think we have an opportunity to trade AUD CAD back down a little bit, but I just want to see that bounced off the 78.6 going that direction.
Todd, are you talking? I just want to make sure because I can't hear you.
No, I'm not talking.
Okay.
I'm trying to see where this sale is gonna happen from, that's all. I think if we have the pullback, let's start from here. There's an imbalance. Okay, so from this sell move, it's retracing. The 78.6 is within our protection area, but I honestly don't think it'll go that far. I think the retracement will probably be a shallow one. You know, maybe to this level where we have all these wicks. This is 50% of the imbalance, but you know, I would maybe set an alarm here, but I think we can get a better entry than 50% of the imbalance. Miss Alicia said it's chalk on the 4 hour. Thank you, Alicia.
You can see it now.
For your expertise.
Right in the bottom.
What'd you say, Selena? Did you say bye, Felicia?
That wasn't me, sir.
Oh, I thought that was you. Okay, so this suggests that our entry could be here. Should be. Yeah. I would still set an alert. In fact, I'm just gonna set me one. Yeah, so I'm gonna set me one. But this could be a decent ara trade right here. We got about a 25 pip stop. It's about an 11% gain. Of course, it's not going to happen.
I have a question.
Sure.
So this whole like this chalk, this is new to me. So are you expecting it to retest that area and then sell again? Like, I'm just trying to, because I know some people they use
What's
it.
that? I'm
But the
sorry.
more I see it, the more I'll be able to identify it.
But you said, is it going to do what?
So you were marking it up on the lower time, the higher time frame. Yeah. So are you expecting price to with the I guess the chalk method? Am I saying it correctly? Chalk like a
Yeah,
chalk.
chalk, change of character, chalk.
Okay, so price bought up and sold. Are you expecting it to buy up again to that area and sell again?
So yeah, it's supposed to come back to the institutional candle. This is not a foreign concept, or it shouldn't be a foreign concept. For the people who have been with me, we used to mark these order blocks like this. And the way that you're taught to enter a trade is the next candle comes up and taps you in. Now you're in the trade for the sale. In this case, this candle didn't come tap you in. So that doesn't mean you should jump the gun and come down here and enter this trade. Because what's going to happen is this trade is going to circle back and come back and tap into the same order block. And it's going to fulfill this chalk. And it's going to sell. But if you enter the trade right here because you had a little FOMO, you're going to be in severe drawdown. You know, I don't know how severe it is, but most people over leverage if they have FOMO. But you're going to be in at least 24 pip drawdown. And 24 pips or 25 pips isn't bad if you've not over leveraged. But if you have a little case of FOMO, you're probably going to over leverage anyway. And you're not going to expect it to roll up on you to tap back into this order block. But
So with the chalk, I'm just looking for an order block. That's it. Because I just never heard of this terminology before. I see the
but
bear.
I don't want you to get stumped. I don't want you to get stumped by the terminology. It's not always going to be this clean with one order block. It might be a series of candles. You have to drop or play with the time zone before you find where the order block is. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I'm just gonna study chalk more because I see the order block, and if I was to take this trade, I would wait for it to finish filling that imbalance, and then I would set my entry at that top. But I was just trying to understand this chalk business.
Todd, I think they're just used to hearing maybe the break of structure and versus
That's exactly
chalk.
Well, they are, but see the difference in this just being a break of structure is it breaks structure one direction first, and it immediately breaks structure the opposite direction. That's all the chalk is. It breaks structure in both directions. You see that? There's a high right here. There's a low right
No,
here.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah, I
but
know.
think
I know you do. I'm asking, or I'm really doing this for people who may not understand or may struggle with that term. You don't have to worry about the term, but when you see it on the chart, you just want to see the structure get broken in both directions. And it's the second break of structure that shows you the direction the market wants to go. So if this broke structure to the bottom side first and then the top side, we would wait for it to tap back in from the top. But since this broke to the top and immediately broke back to the bottom, we're waiting for it to tap in from the bottom. Is that explain it better, Diana?
A little bit. I mean, as long as we're able to see the same thing, I wouldn't have seen chalk, but have seen that bearish order block, and I would have waited for it to come back to my area. So I just need to. I do see the breakup structure though. Like if you were to take those lines away,
Right.
I would see the last bullish candle before a bearish move that caused a breaking structure to the downside. So I can identify that. It was just chalk. I was just like, well, that's probably another area of confluence that's, something I can add to my tool belt.
Right. So when I said that this is going to buy, people kind of side-eyed me. Do you see an order block in this case?
You're talking about
This is
where
chalk.
price is building imbalance?
This same setup is chalk, right?
I see wait, where are we looking? Because your mouse is moving everywhere.
So I'm looking at the breakup structure to the downside and then the breakup structure to the upside. There is no clear order block other than this one to buy from.
Right. And you know what? Nas is looking like that too. I'm glad we're talking about this.
Well, of course, I think
You already talked about Nas.
Yeah, I just did the same thing with Nas. But so the point I'm making is sometimes it's not gonna be as pretty as that one was on the 4-hour. Sometimes there's just gonna be a series of candles that you kind of have to piece together. But if you understand the concept of all of these down candles being an order block and all of these up candles, like this one, all three of these down candles is one candle. And every candle after that is a green candle. This is an order block.
So do you anticipate price to correct itself or to continue to go down to that bearish?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Correct. I think it's going to correct itself to the upside. The move.
That's what I'm saying, because of what happened on Friday. You feel like price is going to correct itself because of that FVG right there?
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with Friday. It actually happened this week. The breakup structure is here.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying news already just filled what was already there.
Right, but this is what I need for everybody to understand. This is the important piece right here. That breakup structure is the important piece. Everything that's happening after is what's supposed to happen. When you get a break, what's supposed to happen?
A retracement.
There you go. You broke structure. As a trader, we don't buy at the breakup structure. We shouldn't. We don't buy at the high. We want to pull back before we buy, right? So this is not only what we expected, but it's what we deserve. Like you broke structure. Now pull back and give us an entry. All chalk and these other things do is they give you, they allow you to get a better area of where you're expecting the buy to come from. Now you can do the same thing with the fib. Like I said on Nas, you can throw a fib right here because this is where the market expanded. The market expanded to this area. Then my pullback, my 78.6, my optimal trading entry is right here, which happens to line up with this order block. Chalk is just telling me to start looking right here. It can come down to this blue line and bang, go up. Your optimal trading entry says enter here. This is a US 30, so this is 475 points. That's a lot of area to try to take a trade from on this weekly time frame. But this allows you to focus on this area, and it allows you to do a natural hedge, which is sell this puppy down to this area. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, okay, so when you hedge, right, you don't necessarily think, like, you don't take into consideration that price may go up before it goes down to that buy order block?
I expect price to go up.
You just said to hedge all the way down.
I did. I did. But you see this big candle right here? There's an
Yeah.
order block. I expect price to pull back first and then go down. I'm not telling y'all, I'm on the weekly. The move is going to go down to the area that I established, but you're not going to get this red candle down to this area. That's not going to happen. It's going to pull back. It's going to sell. It might pull back a little bit more. It's going to sell. It's still going to move like the market, right? Like to this afternoon, when the market opens tonight or whatever, I expect the pullback. It has to retrace before it goes back down. But the overall move is down to these areas. And when I get to the daily, look at the order block is right here at the 78.6. There, all this is doing is giving us the advantage from a higher time frame perspective, right? You still have to drop down. As a trader, I'm not trading the US 30 from the daily chart. I'm evaluating it and I see the moves from the higher time frame. I still have to drop down to trade it. Does that make sense? Yeah, so I just like seeing the bigger picture so I'm not caught in the weeds when the move starts happening.
No, absolutely. I'm just paying attention because sometimes I want to get at like the top of the candle instead of maybe catching like 1,000 pips or 2,000, which is still good. But if I could get at the top of the candle, I could ride it like the whole way.
I know that's called greed. And there's this saying, hold on, let me finish. There's this saying out there that traders should always hear. Bears get paid. I mean, you get paid if the market go up. Bears get paid. You get paid if the market go down. Bulls get paid. You get paid if the market goes up. But pigs get led to the slaughter. If you're trying to be a pig, you're going to get killed.
She's calling me a pig. It's all right.
No, I'm not calling you a pig, but if you want to get in at the top of this candle, what do you think that the chances are? I'm not saying you can't do it, but what are the chances that you enter at the very top of that candle?
See, and I thought that's what you do, like the swing and trade. I thought you like get at the top of the candle.
Well, no, I don't necessarily have to get in the top of the candle. Now you can scale down. Like listen, you knew an imbalance was here. So I'm not saying that it's impossible. There's an imbalance right there. You could have very well had this imbalance marked up, and I'll show you. And like that's a 49-point difference, right? It looks like 53, but I'm a little bit above it. I know because I had the imbalance marked up. But my point is this. If you had got in here where even I had the imbalance marked up, you'd have still been missing 49 points. So would you have said, man, if I could have just got in at 49 points higher, I could have got all of it, right? I gave this chart to, I want to say Will. I gave this chart, this chart to Will when the move was turning. This was the markup, but it doesn't mean that it's going to happen. You still have to wait for it to happen. And you can be doing anything, like if you're sitting at your chart, yeah, you possibly could have caught it, but it's not always going to happen like that. And if you're catching the types of moves that you're catching, and I know you are catching moves in NAS, right? If you're catching those moves, just eat, like I think you can benefit from these weekly sessions and looking at it from the higher time frames, but what you're doing is working, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get better because you are good at swing trading, so I'm just trying to learn how to get better.
Yeah, I think you're doing great. I think as the time goes on, in order to get these entries, you have to look from the higher time frame to anticipate where the market is going. But as you go down and you mark your areas of interest up, you just watch the market when it approaches, you know, just like this area. This area was marked up before the market got there. It stopped right at this area, right?
Yeah, I promise you, I have the same markup. I gotta send you. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
But I believe you, but this is all we do as traders. I wasn't sure if it was going to stop here, 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 you know.
But
This
you know
order
what?
block.
On NAS, if you look at the 15-minute, right? I scaled out. So
Uh-huh.
on NAS 100, I think it was July. There is a on the 15-minute time frame. There's a 15-minute imbalance that hadn't been filled yet, and it stopped right there where Friday stopped. And that was, I think it was July 28th. Price has not
Yeah,
did
it's way
not
over
come
there.
back. Price did not come back. Like
And
it was
it's
the 15-minute time frame.
over here, yeah. So that's what you have to do as a trader. I mean, so you're all over it. You're all over it. And if I was trading one of these indices, I would drop down to the 15-minute. I don't trade from the 5 and the 1 minute. I think some people trade the 5 and the 1 minute chart. I don't get that far in the weeds, but I'll trade it down to the 15-minute chart. And that's plenty of RR for me. But the people who trade it all the time, some people trade it from the 1 minute chart. I know people, you know, educators that will talk about the 30-second chart, which is cool, but you know, that's too close for me. But yeah, the setups, if you see it on the higher time frame, you can always drop down to any of those time frames and make a great deal of greenback. I mean, you're going to make your money. But I think the disservice that you get by not looking up here is that you spend all your time down there and you don't see these moves developing. You know, like from a higher time frame, if you saw the move developing, you know, hey man, I can take this down to whatever area, right? If I'm trading that pair, I want to see the move before it happens. If I'm not trading a pair, I might not look at it. Like a lot of times people ask me questions about a pair that I'm not in. And, you know, my immediate answer is, well, I don't really know. And it's just because I haven't looked at it, you know, from that level. If I'm focusing on another pair, I'm looking at the pairs that I'm trading, not necessarily the pairs that they're trading. So all I do is go look at it just like I'm looking at this right now from the higher time frame, and I get zoomed into it. And then I can just make a determination, or really it's just an assumption based off the areas of liquidity that need to be mitigated on the chart. You know, that's pretty much all you do. And there's never a guarantee. There are just areas that need to be taken care of. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think you're going to be I mean, you killing it anyway, but I just think that
By God's grace, I got a long way to go.
But yeah, but as long as you're spending the time on the charts, it's gonna you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. All righty. So I think we talked about AUD CAD. AUD sheaf. Remember the the monthly joint is coming. The monthly close is coming. This area was imbalanced. It was mitigated. I really would have liked to see this thing pushed down. I'm still not going to trade this pair, I think.
So you didn't get in that trade?
You said what?
You didn't set an alert or something? You didn't get in that trade?
In this trade?
Mm-hmm. Because it seemed like you already had it set up.
You know, I did have it set up, but no, I didn't. I mean, I mean, I might look at several different pair and mark them up, but if there's other pair that are moving better for me, you know, I kind of have to guess which one of them is gonna move the best, you know? That's kind of all we have to do. Once we see all the pair and we mark these pair up, we have to pick which one of them we feel like has the best chance of moving either the most amount of pips or the cleanest move. And when I say cleanest move, there's an order block here and there's an order block here. So your trade is going to take place between those order blocks. Now, obviously, this trade is pushing down and we're at an order block. This might not be the best setup, you know, for me to trade because it's not going to be a smooth trade. It's going to be a lot of back and forth trying to push through this order block.
Yeah, it seems like the market is like at a not an imbalance, so to speak. Well, it is an imbalance, but this reminds me of what happened on Friday. I mean, of course, at a greater speed, but price, it was like it's in indecision.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And that's why I say I don't want to trade this bit. You know, sometimes you know it bites you in the butt, but you have to make the decision based off of what you see on your analysis. And when you see this kind of stuff, for me, it's discouraging, right? On the weekly chart, you have a bullish order block that has not been violated, and now you have a bearish order block. Well, that one looks like it was violated by this wick right here. But I'm still expecting price to maybe push down, but we don't know yet. If it goes up higher again, then maybe we could trade it up to this bearish order block, right? So your market play would now grow. I would need to see this candle push past this high or push to this high before I even think about buying it, right? But at that point, I would think the price was going to push up to this level, which would be cool. And this would be a pseudo double bottom, you know, really a W or whatever you want to call it. But I don't believe that I'm not convinced that that's what's going to happen. So I'd just rather not trade it, right? It's just not worth the bumps for me to trade this pair. So I would stay away. It's still going to be marked up, but you know, I'm not going to trade it until I can get a positive vibe on the direction of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can I ask a quick question on that last one, Todd?
Yes,
Real
ma'am.
quick. On that one, you don't see a change of character, is that correct?
Well, let me see. No, and here's why.
Because I don't see it. So I'm
Yeah.
new to the change of character too.
Well, if this, let's say the price is right here,
Mhm.
and it broke this high. If this would have came down like it was expected to and closed below this level right here, if one of
Right,
the candles had been closed below, then that's a change of character, and you just wait for it to go up to the institution
right.
for the sell. But it doesn't do it. And even on the weekly chart, a change of character needs to happen like now, right? And let
Right,
me show you what I mean. You have a change of character right through here.
right.
The high of this candle gets violated. Immediately, it breaks through these lows right here,
Mm-hmm. I see that.
right? That takes 2 candles to break the low. 1, 2, the low is broken. Now you just wait for price to trade back into this area to sell down.
Right.
Todd, can you look at, can you zoom in? Because it appears that it did a break a chart. If you zoom out,
It appears that what broke?
A little.
This right here?
if you zoom out, no, if you zoom out a little bit. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't. What you saying? This appears to
So
be
no, where you have your breaker structure line. So
you mean
it
up
came
here?
where, no, your break that line right there. the black line with the breaker structure, where you
This
have breaker structure.
Over to,
No, not that line.
Oh,
The
this-
one to the
right
left.
there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The diagonal
So
line.
it came down, broke
And
structure to
tapped
the
in.
downside, and
Right,
no, to the before the expansion. So it came down, broke structure to the downside, and then came up and broke structure to the top side. And so now it's pulling back to the expansion. It tapped into the expansion and is now.
Going up.
going up. Well, right, I would agree with that, but this needs to break first.
No, I get for right there that, yeah, but the overall move was what is considered a shock.
Oh, you're talking about from here. Let me see. Okay, let me see where.
So if you marked up that high and then the low before it, that would be considered
Yep.
your chop.
You mean this
The
high?
left side, yeah.
Oh, this,
Yes.
okay, yeah, this high. and this
Yes,
high.
yes, yes.
Okay, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yes. Okay. But the chalk, that would have been, yeah, a while back, Barbara. You see that?
yes.
Don't just say yeah if you don't see it.
No, I see it. I see
Okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't see what they were talking about at first. I was just talking about this area, but
And I was too.
yeah, this is definitely a chop where it came down and then came back up.
Right. Right. It broke on both sides, both directions.
Right.
Fine candles on both sides.
You said what?
It's fine candles on both sides.
Exactly. But this AUD for me is not tradable until we close above this level.
Right.
And I expect for it to do it, but it just has to happen. And once it happens, I'll trade it. But you can see this daily candle says it's going to sell again. So maybe you could sell it down to this order block and expect it to go up. And if you wanted to trade for these pips, it's about a 70 pip move, 60 some pip move. This is what I want to see. I needed to break this high and then come back. Then I would be interested in the buy right here. And maybe we'll get it in the next week or so.
Okay.
I think these are I think these setups on GU and EU. I think they're ready. I think we got the as good of a tap in as we're going to get for now. Maybe it trades back into this order block and pushes down, but I think that that's going to happen. I know there's imbalance in these candles, but we never got the move back up last week. So I'm okay. I'm okay trading this because it at least came back and tested this break right here. So I'm more than likely, I'll be looking at the dollar again this week, especially off the heels of the aggressive, the tough talk that Sean's homeboy Jerome Powell put out there. I think I'll just look at all the AUD, all the USD pairs right now because they're definitely looking up. You see this chart right here, Barbara? Maybe it's better on the weekly.
Yes.
We broke structure to the top side, we broke structure to the bottom side, then we came back in here.
Yes.
So on the daily, you can see it clearly. It came to this candle, and then it pushed down.
Push down. Okay. I see it.
So this is another pair that I think we can trade. When we get into this pair, I want to trade it at least down to these lows right here.
Mm-hmm.
So we can bolo AUD USD, yeah. Selena.
Yes, what does bolo mean?
Well, you know, you're a soldier before, so I thought you would know.
I don't ever remember using that term as a soldier.
They tell it.
Well,
Selena was a horrible NCO.
I was great NCO. My soldiers love me. Don't hate.
I know she was horrible. So she ran about the
I just want to know about Bolo, too. Garrison soldier like a soldier.
I knew she was horrible when she told me she took the chapter. in
Shut up, Sean.
Once that hawk came down off them Alps, she was out.
Anywho, on to the next chart.
Oh man.
I think we might be able to get one of these entries right here, y'all. Da-da-da-da. Y'all think we can get this entry right here?
I doubt it, but I hope so.
Come on, Kim. Kimmy?
Yeah, I think that's
That would be real, real nice.
Mm-hmm.
Kim says she hoped we can because if we don't get it, she not trading it.
This is her last. Y'all see how I got the entry? I see the chalk. You see the chalk, Naima? Naima went back to playing cards, yeah. I'm joking. She might be a coach. I don't know how to play.
Well, she sneaked to the bathroom.
At church, she had a stuck her hand, went to the bathroom to get on the car.
You did not like put up the hand move. Oh, you know you went to old school churches. You put up the finger.
Y'all didn't do that in church. Hey, Effie, do you see the chalk, Effie?
Elfie,
Effie getting her toes redone.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you in the car, Effie?
I'm in the car. Okay, I don't know if you hear me.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, is it a BMW, Effie? BMV?
wait a minute now. Hold on.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I said I'm in the car, so I'm just listening. I can't really watch.
Okay, but do you have a BMV?
A what?
A BMV?
BMV? What is that?
A BMW?
What is that?
she knows what
A
a
BMW?
Yeah.
No, I have a baby Benz.
baby.
Don't answer it. Don't answer it, Alfie. Don't answer it.
Effie, you know what a BMV
Yeah.
is. Don't even try. You know it's a BMV over there.
She got a
Right.
baby Ben, she said.
Right.
But you know what a BMV is.
BMW.
But they don't call it BMW over there. They call it
Yeah, we call it V. You have to say V then.
BMV. Oh.
BMV, you
Yeah,
know.
you gotta say it
See how
right.
Effie, see how she's chastising me? You were supposed to teach
I'm
me
not chastising you.
because you know I was saying BMV. You said it's not a BMV, it's a BMV.
Yes, you were so right, Todd. I'm so happy to hear you speak German every time you do.
Oh my God. You're supposed to help a brother out.
Elfie, when can we come to your village and visit you?
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. I'm trying to put you back on my speaker and now it doesn't work anymore.
He said Willich.
Oh, that's what my German girl told me back in the day. Come to my village. Elfie, when can we come to your village and visit you?
Hey, the fact that you
Oh
live
my
in
gosh.
the village.
Okay,
Can we come to your village?
Is that how they say it for real, Elfie?
It is how, because a V is a
I need
W
to
and a
stop.
W is a V. It's
I
like
was just an innocent bystander. I just wanna
V doesn't make the
drive
sound that
on
it
my
makes
way
in the
home.
USA. It makes
Yeah,
a
I was
W.
just asking Elfie because I know you don't sometimes you don't see the chalk either. So that's what I was asking.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah,
can't
right
come
now
to
I
the
just see the
village.
road and
We
I'm
can't-
listening.
We can't come to
Okay,
the
drive
village.
safe. She said you
I'm
can't
sorry?
drive safe.
Yes. Thank
So-
you.
Does that mean we can't come to the village?
You're welcome.
Think about it a lot too. That's why she told you it was a BMW. That W is a V, right?
Sure.
So that V
My name ain't
for us.
Y
is a
two,
W.
That's right. Exactly.
My name ain't
And the
Y2.
V
It's Y2.
the V sounds like a W and the V sounds like an F and the W sounds like a V in German.
So it's a village, not a village. It's a village.
It's a village. The German chick I ran around with called it a village.
She was uneducated. Elfie is educated.
She was educated.
Oh my
Elfie the one mispronouncing stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, sure.
So you got you on them illiterate girls. All right, so anyway, y'all, I set my alert. I thought I set my alert. Selena, are you setting your alerts too? PP? I mean, PP.
Yes, I am.
Alicia, are you setting your alert? Anyone?
Type yes.
She said, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, hey, sorry. Alicia, is Felicia at church too?
She probably at the gym. You changed your alert on AU. I thought it was
I wanted it up here. Like I wasn't trying to have it way down here. I want it up here.
well, I'm just saying that's where I wrote it down when you first set the alert, sir.
And it would be great if you guys would set y'all's alerts on charts. That would be awesome.
I'm setting it right along with you. That's why I'm saying you changed it.
Yeah, I meant to have it up here because we're probably gonna buy this up first. To be honest.
I thought that's why you put the alert there because of that bullish order block. Now I'm confused.
For what bullish order block? This down here?
No, yeah. No, not that one. That one.
This one,
No,
right?
no, that to the right. Right here. Yeah, I thought that's why you put that alert there.
I put it
And then
here.
you just deleted it. So now
I put the alert here because I'm interested when price gets here to get me ready to get into the trade.
Mhm.
So
oh,
Because that's-
you want to sell. You don't want to buy.
Hover over the alert.
I'm going to buy it when the market opens. That's what I do. I buy it when the market opens.
Can you
right?
hover
Huh?
while you talking? Can you hover over that alert number while you
Oh.
talking?
Yeah, I'm going to buy it when the market opens because I'm waiting for the price to come tap into this chart right here.
Right.
And if we can get this trade, if you notice, this is going to give us 11% gain right here. With one position, guys. One position will give us an 11% gain.
Can you tell me your cell alert, please? Because I was just looking at that buy alert. I apologize.
The cell alert is 0.69467.
You said 469? I mean 64. Hold on.
0.69
0.69.
467.
Okay, appreciate it.
Hey, Naima,
Yeah.
you didn't hear me. I said, man, Naima must be in church. She put her hand up and went to the bathroom to get on this call because I called you a minute ago and you didn't answer.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Are you?
Look, y'all was playing around and I had stepped away because I was hungry.
Oh, okay, okay.
You just
I'm
thought you was
sorry.
back in there with Pastor and
No.
Shut up.
let me quit.
No, we didn't. Oh, go ahead.
Felicia says she can't talk because her son is beating her up. Her son is out of control, cussing in the video games. She don't want y'all to hear him curse.
She did not say that.
Yes, Mark. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was wondering, is this for the demo or that's where you guys
Yeah, I
are
mean,
creating?
I'm gonna send you those, but yeah, we're gonna use it for our demo. We're gonna use it
Okay.
for our challenge.
Because
You know why?
I still the same setup for AJ.
Mark, you and AJ, man. You and AJ.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm okay.
Okay. I know.
Keep loving it, A. Keep loving it, Mom.
Mark.
Keep loving it.
Oh my God. I'm messing with you, Mark. So this is what I thought a while back for AJ. So I don't know. Let me see. You know what I don't like?
Uh-huh.
What I don't like about AJ
What?
is, you know, it's showing exhaustion here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like you. I believe it's gonna buy, but I don't believe it's gonna buy. I'm not convinced that it's gonna buy before the end of the month, right? And here's
No. It's gonna sell. It's gonna go up a bit, but I
right.
have a sell limit. It's gonna sell down because I use both the order blocks and the fibs, and it's gonna sell down. I
But
have
this is
some
what I would
areas
ask
marked
you.
up.
This is what I would ask you, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I know you love AJ, right? I
Okay.
understand that. But what is your advantage? What is your power over AJ right now? Where's your advantage?
Look, it's gonna sell.
Well,
Right now,
you gotta
I believe I have a
you gotta-
4-hour imbalance,
okay.
and there's been
Wait,
3 rejections on the daily at
wait. Let's go to the 4 hours.
95.750. Oh, the last one.
I'm trying to
There's
go
an imbalance right there.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got it going up, filling the imbalance, maybe.
Yes, then it's gonna come down. And it's gonna come down to at least I have the daily order block and it fits inside the golden zone too. So it's gonna sell down to about that area, at least to 93 point, let's say 93,130. I believe it's gonna sell up to there at least, or even further.
So it's gonna sell where?
To 93,130, about there. Mm-hmm. That's the first golden zone. If you put the fib on the VT.
I don't disagree with this. I think that that's very possible. But what I don't like about it is the time frame is too low. I don't necessarily disagree with the analysis, but to me, what my superpower is the weekly order block. I don't believe that that there's a catalyst strong enough to push price past the weekly order block. Now, this area has been tapped into twice, right? Which
Yeah.
would you to believe that it should probably tap into a higher area. I would think, I would think that another zone would need to be tapped into, which is why I place my entry at this order block versus this one right here, the one you're using.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So maybe it does push down to this area, but if you're going to sell this down, I would really kind of watch it when it gets down to this area, because that's
Okay.
the next zone above the one you have the price going to.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a nice setup for the lower time frames though. I'm gonna move my. How do I move this without changing the thing? Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh, actually, on the daily fib, the 78.6 ends at about where you marked out, about 93 600.
Okay.
Let
me
yeah.
check. Yeah, wow, it does line up pretty nicely. I would definitely look, if you're gonna sell it, I would definitely look to take profit here versus all the way down there.
Okay.
Do you have a 1-to-4 this 4.5 ratio, or is yours different?
Well, I'm gonna change it now. Let me see.
I don't only change it if you agree. Like, don't just change it, because here's all I did, right? I found the chalk. I found this break of character.
Okay, Todd.
Yes, ma'am.
The video you showed earlier on, can I have the link? Because I still don't get the chalk business. I'm still trying to understand.
Okay, let me just drop the video in the chat.
Thank you.
No problem. And I appreciate you saying that, because there's probably other people in the chat that didn't get it either, and they just didn't say anything.
You're welcome. Oh, and then I also have another question that I know everybody's online. Just a quick question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we're doing a new demo, right?
Yeah.
We're opening a new one.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
The only reason I set my entry here, this is the last. This is the institutional candle, the last up candle before the down move. There are other candles here, but this is the institutional candle. So I'm expecting to come tap in. If I were you, I would probably set an alert at this line though. Right?
Okay.
And just watch it, because if it doesn't come directly to your entry and it starts pushing down, you might miss your trade.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer, people. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but it's just how I trade. I'm not a entry hound, right? So what that means is, if the trade comes close to my entry, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna miss the trade if it doesn't go all the way. If it turns right before, I'm gonna get in this trade, because I believe the trade setup. At the end of the day, it can turn anywhere within this range. That's the truth of the matter. And in this range, you have some imbalance right here. There's a wick. So maybe price comes to the imbalance and pushes down. Maybe price comes just past your and fills this imbalance to this wick. We have to understand that we have ranges, right? It's not always going to be exact. So if the trade comes just short of your entry and turns around, it doesn't mean your idea is not correct. It means your entry might have been a little off. I mean, there's a billion different reasons your entry could be off. So you have to make the determination on whether you want to trash the idea because your entry wasn't hit, or you want to get in the trade and widen your stop loss. You can always add positions as the trade pushes in your direction.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just a personal, I guess a personal preference, right?
Yep.
All righty. We talk about NZD-CAD. Bueller? Bueller? Anyone? Bueller?
Nope.
No, Todd, we talked about
Bueller?
AC.
Bueller?
Todd, can you hear me?
I know. I'm
He can hear you.
You so
Stupid.
stupid. Why you be doing that, man? We talked about AC, AFGU, and AU, and US 30, and the other indice.
Okay, so let's talk about NU because it's the same thing. Same thing as those other ones. Yeah, it started cooking. It started cooking with Crisco, y'all. So we're gonna look for the same action. We got the daily chalk. The price to push back up and sell off. But yeah, so one of these or two of these will be our trades. I kind of want to use something besides the dollar this week, since I got victimized by the dollar last week. We didn't get really victimized, man. It just, that news stopped it from moving. I think we should get some decent moves, especially at the beginning of the week, because of all the tough talk by our fearless leader, Jerome. But NZD-CAD, we can look for it to push.
Hey Todd, just so I'm clear, so the pairs that we are trading on the demo this week is AU, GU, and NZD and AJ?
No,
No.
I will send the notices out, right? But it would definitely be AU. AU will be one of the pairs. But I want to see kind of what moves a little bit before I just throw it out there right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I only asked so that I can be actively looking at the chart too. But all right.
Well, I think you can still actively look. I mean, if you see something, send me a message.
No, I'm just saying, I know that you went over a number of pairs, but I just wanted to know the ones that you were like focusing on so that I can be looking at it too.
Okay, US 30.
Okay.
AU.
All right.
It's probably going to boil down between NZD-CAD and NZD Chef. And then
USD Chef.
Huh?
About USD Chef.
Yeah, USD Chef and UJ too.
You're not gonna throw Nas in there? I'm just kidding.
Definitely not Nas. No, I think
What you got against Nas?
no, I don't have anything against it, but if I'm going to trade an indice, why wouldn't I trade the one that's going to pay me more, right? That's all. You know, that's all. That's why I prefer a US 30 trade over a Nas trade, because it pays more, And, you know, at the end of the day, if the setups are equal, I'm going to take the US 30 setup, not the NAS setup. Sometimes those two pair, they don't look the same, or they're decoupled, or whatever you want to call it, right? They deviate a little bit. So maybe maybe the NAS setup will be more clear than the US 37. I'll trade NAS. I don't mind trading it. It's just that if all things are equal, I'm going to trade the one that's going to pay more. I think we all should be like that. But that's just my thoughts, you know. I mean, doesn't that's the way you guys look at it. Like, I just wonder, like, why wouldn't you trade the US 30 if it's going to pay you more? Especially if you're.
I mean, I do trade 30, but I don't know. I've just been more consistent with NAS.
Well, I think that's
I've seen more
I really think that's just a product of your imagination.
product of my imagination. But I mean, I see it in my results.
Well, yeah, but
And I know
think,
that they move similar.
but I think if you can see the setup, you can trade anything, right? Like, we always tell ourselves one thing, or we might have good results, right? Because subconsciously, once you tell yourself something, you play it out, you make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you tell yourself you can't do something, you can't do it. It all starts with your mindset. That's what I believe. You know, I believe if you think you can do it, then you will do it. And if you think you can't do it, then there's no way you'll do it. But that's just the way, like, that's what I think about it. So if you really want to do something, just do it. Like, the setup is, I mean, the pairs are in tandem most of the time. So if you're trading NAS successfully, then, I mean, you would trade US 30 successfully if you see the same things. Like, when you saw the NAS chart and the US 30 chart, don't they look exactly alike?
They do. But
So-
I just always seem to get clapped up with, I don't know. You're right. It's a mindset, because I started out trading US 30. And then when I saw that I was doing better with NAS, I just like, I'm just gonna stick with
Yeah,
NAS.
but so just trade NAS. I mean, you've told yourself you can't do it. Just trade NAS.
No, I'm gonna come back to 30. I just
Don't let me talk you out of your success though. NZD CAD. Let me see, y'all. Let me see. Y'all want to trade this one, or y'all want to trade NF?
We want to trade whatever's trending.
that was a great
To the
answer.
up
I don't
or the
know if this is
downside.
Right, or give us the highest return.
Not right.
Come on, Kim. I know. So you don't care what it is. You just say whatever's trending.
Whatever's trending, bullish or bearish.
Technically, they are. All of them are trending that we have.
No,
Technically,
no.
I think this is the area. Don't you? Do you think this is the area we need to look for turnaround?
Mm-hmm. That zone where those, like, if you boxed up those wicks
Right
like
here.
across,
Yeah. Okay. So you think this is the 50% of the imbalance? You think I still need to go lower? Lower. That's only 11 pips, man.
because that's where your stop loss gonna have to be.
Up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 21 pips. That ain't bad. That's a good, to me, that's pretty good. You think?
Mm-hmm. What is that? 3%, 2%? Where's 2?
Well, that's a 1 to 2, but I haven't extended. I just put the we're to me, we're too close,
Mm-hmm.
too zoomed in for me to. Now, obviously.
Oh, yeah, because the order block has already been tapped into. Mhm.
I gotta see where, I gotta look to my.
This pair is a waste of time, man.
Why?
Just going back and forth. And
So there's a, before the line, wait a minute, can you go back to where you marked up? Oh, yeah, you did put a line there. Okay. At the expansion of that, I can't see you, keep moving.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't mark this up because this is where price is already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and maybe I should mark, you know, this up.
What's the daily? Because I think that that
We'll look
line, I think the first line you have is an actual order block on the daily. So
Yep, it is right through order block. And I
mhm.
mark this one up because there's another OP right there.
Yeah.
Why you said it's a waste of time, Tuck?
Because you don't like it.
I think we can trade it to this order block. Price has already showed us, you know, it's going to go here. So I think we can trade it down here. So only thing that happens fast is accidents, sir.
it has nothing to do with the speed.
Middle line. Oh, the top line is the order block.
Is that-
What's that middle line? What is that? No, no. The blue lines. I know that one is the order block from some time back. What's that second one?
There are order blocks from time back.
So all three of those are three different order blocks, or is that the top of the
Yes.
bottom?
Yes, ma'am. They're three different.
I see the first, I don't see one of them I don't have.
Okay, I mean, here's the marking right here, 7728. 77285. I think this is going to be great because this is going to give us a monthly order block, even though it's very small. Maybe it'll push down to our first take profit before. When is the month over? Wednesday or Tuesday?
Wednesday is the last day of the month.
Yeah, so maybe we can get a quick move before Wednesday. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna try this shit.
This dude, man.
Whatever. Be like Mauricio.
Watch UJ explode today if I don't trade. I'll be so heated, man.
Well, I'm trading it so that you know it's not going to.
No, I think it is going to. So I'm pretty sure we'll take it because I think it's going to. You know, I would have loved to trade USD CAD too, but oil is going to the upside. So it's kind of discouraging me.
I'm still selling.
No, I mean, I think the dollar is going to be strong. You know, like the Fed talk, the tough talk by your boy is going to stretch the dollar out. I just don't know how many points it's going to gain against the Canadian dollar if oil is pushing up too. I just think the advantage is definitely against the JPY. Should be against the CHF as well. Silver and gold should be in the tank this week. Y'all want to trade one of the precious metals? I don't. When we trade US 30, we ain't trading. We can't trade two.
It's very precious.
Well, I think it's probably going to be.
Leandra wants to know why oil is going back up.
Huh?
Leandra wants to know why oil is going back up.
Tell her because it's going up. Tell her I'll call the Saudi Arabian prince and ask him what they're doing over there.
So they're cutting off supply a little bit.
There's a leak. The Russian pipeline, you know, had a mysterious leak in it.
Right. So that's why then, because the Russians reducing output.
You know, you know your boy Putin is pulling out all the stops. So if Putin comes up missing, y'all know why.
Vladimir.
Leandra, I think I did post the news article. I think you're out like having drinks, dancing, having street carnival or something. Selena, do y'all remember that oil leak article?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, I was talking about something about, he said they had to do maintenance on it and all this so crazy stuff when he really
Do you
just
remember when that was?
There Wednesday, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know. That's what I'm asking for.
I can't remember the day.
Let me see if I can.
But this is the maintenance. No, it was something different than this maintenance on 8/22. There was a leak in the Caspian Sea or something like that.
I don't know where it was. I just saw that they was doing maintenance. In air quotes.
I know there's a way you can go and pull up articles in your text messages.
Yeah, if you just go to your text messages and then you go to the main screen of your text messages and then you just hit down and hit the search and then you'll see links and it'll show you all the links that you've sent somebody. Sent in all of your text messages.
We're gonna have to destroy that.
Okay.
You know, the problem is we have so many different groups.
But it's going to show everything you've sent to anybody.
I know, but what I'm saying is I gotta find each different group that changes every week.
No, you don't. That's what I'm saying. If you go to the main screen of your text messages for everybody who ever texts, when you just click on and then click on search and then links will pop up.
Yeah.
What was the name? What was the name of it again? I'm trying to find it now. A minute now.
Oil leak in the Caspian Sea, I believe.
Putin played reindeer games with oil.
Thanks, Selena.
You're welcome, baby.
Leak.
You talking about cracks in the oil supply, Caspian oil loading, terminal volume drop?
Yeah,
All right, I'll put it in the chat.
thank you.
Welcome.
Hey, you should please delete that link out the chat, Selena. Because she doesn't need it. She's going to Carnival on Monday. That's what she said. She goes out to party.
They're gonna be wearing hats with the bells on them.
No, they're gonna be like she's gonna be like naked with body paint on and pasties or something. You never seen a carnival, Sean? Like
I have. I didn't know they did those kind in England though, especially with that kind of weather. When you mention the word naked, you know, I don't know that I'd be comfortable.
you know, it's like a drought and everything over there.
Well, it's down near September though, so it's probably about 20. Probably be 20 tomorrow. We'll give it till tomorrow, Leandra. Give it till tomorrow.
They're gonna change the weather for the woke folks.
I'm talking about Fahrenheit, not Celsius.
I think we still in this. I think we're gonna still use this CAD chef too. Bye.
Cat Chef the buying though.
Yeah, it should be. It pulled back. Should be ready to head for the hills. We'll just wait for it. But this is the area that it's supposed to test right here. Hey, that's another thing. That isn't it a holiday over there? Don't the British pound have a bank holiday?
Yeah, Monday for Carnival.
Yeah, GBP is a bank holiday. So that's off limits today. Euro CPI. Wow. USD has news on Tuesday.
What kind of news?
Has news on Wednesday. The JOLTS job report. You know, this is all these reports are going to come out in anticipation of NFP.
I guess I'm not trading none of this shit.
All right, so basically, I think we've seen enough. Does anybody want to see anything else? Want to look at anything else? I have a feeling we can probably, and the oil setup looks pretty tempting to me.
Very tempted.
You got this bullish order block on the week. You got the natural hedge on the daily. Bruh.
Oil looks like the best thing, man. Oil and the indexes.
Perhaps Dr. Jones. Okay, I think I've seen enough here. Does anybody else want to see anything else? Has everybody created a new 5K?
So we
Can I
only have,
just ask?
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, I know I was late and I missed yesterday's call. I was just trying to get on the same page.
So you need a new 5K account. Just delete your old one.
For new
So
people
Todd,
who,
the only-
this is gonna be their first week doing it, what was the leverage again?
1 to 100.
So Todd, the only order block we only have one order block for the week. Is that
So one new order, but see the beauty of what we do, we can trade the direction of the ones that we had last the week before, you know, like
Yeah. I did see those,
yeah,
but when I looked last night, I think I only saw one order block for
there's
the
only
week.
one new one. I think
Okay.
Yeah, CA this,
but the banks are closed in G.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Hey, Tar,
Yes, ma'am.
did you ever download or send your trading plan?
I'm glad you said no.
Maybe I missed it.
So I have a notebook at my mom's house, and that's where my trading plan is. Before I leave here today, I'll have to grab that notebook and snapshot. I don't have mine on Electrons. You know, I guess maybe just because I'm old, you know, but I wrote mine. I actually wrote my trading plan. I didn't type it in to a computer. Mine was a working document. I don't know how you guys are. Y'all have it on computer?
Did you call him a boomer?
Yeah.
Leandra, you didn't do that, Leandra. I know, Leandra. You're a baby boomer. Oh, gosh, you are a baby boomer, Leandra. Oh, goodness.
Hey, Leandra. we're both boomers. But so yeah, when I started trading, I just got a this memo notebook that I took notes in. As a matter of fact, Aaron is not a boomer. He did the same thing.
Well, the part of the trading plan that I wrote it in a notebook.
Yeah. So Leandra only typed hers, and it doesn't matter if you type it or write it if you're not going to follow it.
That's true. And if anyone else has a trading plan they'd like to share, I'm just trying to get mine to be sharper. Please send me a message.
Yeah, I will. I'll go by there and grab it. I'll snap it before I get on the road.
Thank you.
Where are you going?
you going back to Mexico?
Get IDs for the bus. Yeah, I'm going to New Mexico. Hey, Todd, drop the code in the chat, Todd.
I mean, I guess if I wasn't on call, I just wouldn't have known your ass was coming back here.
Right.
But actually, I'm going to El Paso first, Todd. But drop the code in the chat.
Whatever, man. Why do you need the code?
Oh, I don't. I don't need the code, Todd. I can go to the side, though.
What side?
Hey,
Man, I'm gonna be here. Why do you need the code? Huh? Oh, the doggy door. The one that's gonna be locked. But I mean, what time are you getting here?
I don't know, Todd. We'll talk about it.
I'm not in Vegas, so most likely I'll be here.
Oh, you'll be there, Todd, because you got to go to work.
No shit.
I know. I'll probably be in El Paso until until tomorrow.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
Todd,
Yes, ma'am.
you can hear me. Okay. I guess I lost you. So can I just get on the same page as everybody? Are we killing the demo from last week and we're doing a new one?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. New demo. 5K.
1 to 100.
We still doing a 0.01 lot size.
I'll give you
Okay,
the lot size. I'll give you the lot size, but yeah.
Elfie, 1 to 100 leverage.
Leandra, actually, my demo wasn't
I
killed.
should. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bitta,
I'll
Elfie.
run my trades during the news events. You said thanks for telling the rest of us. Yeah, if you take all commands from the tower, then you'll survive. You'll win. And hey, I need my clip art too. Hey, Leandra, excited, she said.
Mhm.
Right here is a live recording from past Friday.
You say you need more than a clip art.
Boomer.
So quick question, Todd. I know we're trading a lot of not random, but we're looking at a lot of pairs. So I just wanted to make sure I had in my notes right. So we're doing AC. You're not.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, y'all don't have to worry about that. It's gonna be the same as last week, because I'm gonna say, hey, buy this, or hey, sell this. It's gonna be the same.
Right, I'm with you, but for those who want to mark up their charts in advance before you start calling them out, they'll have those charts marked up so they can follow along and see why you're calling it out. So you know what I'm saying? So they can,
So he does know what you're saying, but nobody ever does homework. Nobody's done homework for like 3 years in this group.
That's not true. I do homework every day.
Ask for that earlier.
I know the 5 p.m. crew does homework every day.
Ah, my bad, man. I'm just
yeah. Go take several seats on that one, sir. So I have AC, AF, but we're not trading that. GU,
Why would you
AU.
AF, young lady?
Sir, what'd you say, Todd? Let me stop saying sir. What did you say?
We're not trading it. Why would you mention it if we're not trading it?
Because I just wanted to mention you said it's a possibility, but we're not trading it. So scratch, I said it, everybody. I'm sorry. So once again, US 30, AC, GU, AU, and then you just called out just for potentials, and we didn't look at all of them. NC, NF, UF, UJ, and CF.
And US oil.
And US oil. Gotcha. Thank you.
Oh.
Wait, he also said AJ earlier.
No, you just looking at that with Monk.
No. Yeah, that's Monk. Monk loves AJ. That's her pair.
Yeah, that's her baby.
Oh, so we're not, okay. Thank you for clarifying, because I thought that was on the list.
No. Not this time.
I have a question, please.
Somebody complained. Did I just hear a complaint about this? A lot of pairs. Naima, you were that girl in high school, weren't you?
Monk got her hand raised, man.
Yes, Monk. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, this question is for everyone. When you put the pairs in the chart in Discord, is it a way it could link to my cell phone? Is there a way I could without connecting to Wi-Fi?
Ooh.
I don't know about not connecting to Wi-Fi.
Gotta ask somebody like Leandra, because she says she's not a boomer.
Yeah, Leandra can probably best answer that question.
You'd probably have to
You
turn
have-
on cellular data. If you're trying to get your notifications to your phone,
Yes,
you have to, so do you have an iPhone?
yes, I do.
Okay, you know, some people, they need to come to the light. But if you have an iPhone, you just have to go into your settings